What's going on, guys? So this video is going to be pretty dang special because we are helping out a gentleman who is starting his own lawn and landscaping business, and we're trying to get him set up the right way with the right accessories and upgrades for his trailer. This is really cool. I got to give a huge shout out to my channel sponsor, eTrailer.com. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. So let's kick this video off and let me talk about what we've done already and what we're planning on doing today. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so before I go any further, I have to talk about eTrailer. What I'm about to say is all about the character of the people who work there and lead the company. They refer to customers as neighbors. Their entire goal is that you make the correct purchasing decision the first time with the least risk that you're going to have buyer's remorse. That is something that a lot of companies just don't care about. A lot of companies may make it easy to return stuff, but we all know if you purchase something and it works right the first time, you don't want to go through a return process. You don't want to have to feel like you made a mistake. You have to go through that entire process of returning something just so you can make the right purchase the next time. And eTrailer is dedicated to making sure that you have the best possible experience the first time. Now, I say this because I have a pretty strong relationship with the leadership and a lot of the folks at eTrailer. I see their culture. I see their character. I get to see and experience the people behind the company that oftentimes people don't get to see. And the culture there is absolutely remarkable. And that's the reason why they've sponsored my channel for like 8 or 9 years now. That's the reason why I have absolutely no problem referring people to eTrailer and saying if you're looking for anything, truck, SUV, car, towing, RV, trailer, upgrades, repairs, modifications related, start with eTrailer, give them a call because they actually still want to have a conversation with you. They want to talk to you. They don't want to just prompt you to death until you get to the computer that's going to answer your question the right way. They use technology and tools to guide you in the right direction to make sure you make an informed purchasing decision, and that means the world to me. So again, I want to lead with that because when I told them about this project to help a small business owner get up and running, somebody who's busting his butt out there, working hard, working in the cold, working in the heat, they were all on board with it. They were absolutely like, let's do it. So we are going to continue this series of upgrades to this trailer because they're all going to benefit him and they're going to give him that little bit of leverage he needs to be more successful at what he's trying to do. Okay, so this is the trailer, and if you missed the previous video on it, we put new wheels on it. We tried to put some really cool ramps from the folks at eTrailer, but unfortunately the breakover angle because of the brackets on this smaller trailer didn't work out, and we weren't actually able to pull a mower onto the back without bottoming out. So we're going to come up with a new solution for that. eTrailer's already working on it. We're definitely going to do some upgrades to that ramp eventually, but we have a lot of stuff to knock out today. One of those I've been postponing, but I think we need to do it, and that's we got to get the trailer surface stained.
I think it'll look a lot better.
Yeah, we got to probably move on that one really quick as well because we can't do the ETrack until we've stained the surface of this, and that'll probably be project number 1. But I'm going to show you the stuff we have in the shop that we'll be putting on your trailer.
Sounds great.
We got these really cool products from RackEm right here. I'm going to give you one of these catalogs and you can kind of pick what you like out of there, and we'll see if there's other stuff we can add to the trailer later. But this is going to allow you to put trimmers on your trailer and lock them, which is really nice. This right here is what every utility trailer in the world needs, and that's a place to put your igloo cooler and to strap it down securely. Noticed you had some broken LED lights in the back, so we're going to swap those out, and then we'll test the whole system. Over there, that little box on the ground right there is actually a tester box to test everything on your trailer to make sure all your lights, brake lights, all that stuff's working. We have eTrack. I know you saw this on my trailer and you're like, hey, what's that? So now instead of saying, what's that, you get to use it yourself. And we have some eTrailer straps specifically designed to lock into this eTrack railing so you can strap down your equipment. Excellent. So we're going to get you set up right. And again, I'm going to let you take home one of these little catalogs so you can pick and choose things that you think you might want to see added to the utility trailer. What do you think about that?
That's pretty cool, man. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, well, let's go ahead and let's look at the surface and see what we're going to do to fix that up. We might go ahead and get the surface protection down first and then move on to some of this stuff. Okay, so Dave is tackling the painting portion. This is what it looks like right now. It's not in terrible condition, to be honest with you. It's actually in relatively good condition, but it's going to look really, really nice once we get a coat of that stain on there. That's the Cabot stain that I actually put on my deck over trailer, my big gooseneck trailer. Picked that up from Lowe's after the stuff that I got from Amazon came in like 4 different consistencies, so I ended up having to redo everything, which is really crazy. This stuff has a lifetime warranty on it. It was super expensive, but it works really, really well, and it goes on really thick. It's a nice thick protective coating with a lifetime warranty. So he's going to be working on that while I work on the RackEm trimmer mounts that will go on the sides. So we're going to divide and conquer to try to make this a little bit more streamlined and quicker, so we're all multitasking. Stuff has kind of a creamy dark milk texture to it, but that stuff works so well. All right, so he knows what he needs to do. I know what I need to do. We're going to go ahead and have at it. Okay, so the way that I've decided to do this was to trim the edge off down at the bottom. So you can see how I've cut into the sides there versus what it looks like originally right here. The reason why is because there's an angle iron piece of steel down here that supports the edge, and then this is angle iron right here. And then they use this as like a triangle angle iron, so I can't bolt to that. I can definitely bolt to this edge, and I can definitely bolt to this edge. And the best way to do it, since there is this piece of steel tube that protects the wiring, is to go ahead and notch it out, bolt in from this side here, and then bolt in from this side here with some grade 8 bolts. And it should hold it really well. But what we're also going to do in the future, and not in this video, is once we get this to my buddy the welder, we're going to reinforce this whole back gate area. And while we have it there, we're going to have him put a couple beads across here and across here as well, just to make sure that this is a permanent fixture. Now the interesting thing here is because of the way the trailer's shaped, this actual top rail bows out slightly. So these rails are closer to being directly vertical upright versus leaning one way or the other. If I put it directly on the inside right there, it is actually going to lean out, which is kind of crazy. But I think that I think this is going to be the best way to do it, and it's going to give you a lot of flexibility when you bring your trimmers, or if you add trimmers, you add other equipment as well, like a pole saw, stuff like that.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and punch a mark so I can drill my hole here, and then we'll notch out the other one and do the same thing. Well, I'm going to admit that worked out really, really well, and yeah, it went on real easy. We put a grade 8 fastener right there, and then we put another one right here, and yeah, the entire trailer moves. There's no slack there at all, and it's sticking up perfectly. That's pretty straight, honestly. What do you think?
It looks great.
I think we are one step closer, so we still need to mount the second one. I'm going to have to take a measurement here, though, because we do want to make sure that the weed eaters fit. If I mount it like right here, well, unless you have like a 7-foot weed eater, might have problems. So we'll go grab a weed eater real quick. Actually, if you want to grab yours, and we'll just use that as a reference point. Okay, so it'll drop in right there, and I think the other one needs to go, let's just say right here. Okay. So we'll put it right over the carry-on sticker right there if you're okay with covering part of that up. Unless you want to put it like right here and have it a little bit more towards the back. What do you think?
I think closer to the head would be so where the carry-on sticker is, or just past it.
The only thing you might want to consider would be if you have any shorter tools that you ever get that might not be able to fit if we do that. So it's entirely up to you. We'll put it where you want it. They won't slide because of the way the locking mechanism works right here. This basically fastens around, and this rubber presses up against it, so it really can't slide around. So that's pretty cool. Perfect. And then you put a lock in the top, and there's not going to be any way somebody can steal that. All right, so you make the judgment call, brother. Where do you want it?
Let's put it where you were saying, because I didn't even think about shorter tools. So yeah, that'd work out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get the second one cut and mounted. And you'll have a way of carrying your weed eaters without keeping them in the back of your vehicle. Make it easier.
That'll be fun. Okay, so we have both of them on, and they are both perfectly parallel. That is really nice. Now, we had to do something a little different here because we couldn't get the washer and nut on the back side because of this post right here. So I used a self-drilling bolt, not a self-drilling screw, it's a bolt. And it worked absolutely perfectly. I still put a lock washer and a flat washer on there, but there's no movement of this at all. It is all the trailer moving. Yep.
The whole rail and trailer for that thing.
Let's grab the weed eater. Throw it up here. See how it looks. This is really cool. All right. And that one's not going to compress, but this one will probably compress. And then we'll just put some locks up here. And when that's in place, does that move? Like, does it seem like it's going to rotate while you're going down the road?
That rotate a little bit.
Sideways, maybe. You always take the batteries off when you're traveling, yeah. And then this, it's not going to bounce really because there's nowhere for it to bounce. What do you think?
I think it looks good.
That's pretty cool, man.
Hold on tight.
Yep. Now you can stack a couple more up there if you decide to get a gas one. Because I was actually talking before you got here that one of the big perks a lot of people don't think about. Yes, the environmental impact of not having to use fuel is always nice.
Right.
But then the other side of it is you may go in neighborhoods where people don't want the sound of gas equipment. And this is going to be I mean, it is significantly quieter, right?
Yeah, that's part of my name is the Electric Lawn Ninja. I've had several clients that I'll finish and I'll go knock on the door and they come out and they go, Did you mow? Yeah, it's all done. And
that's awesome.
Totally surprised.
Well, that is really cool. And man, what do you think?
I think it looks great. I think it's going to hold on well and save me some space in the back of my truck and give me some more room to put other things out here as well.
Yeah, for sure. And the folks at eTrailer were thrilled with this opportunity. They really wanted to make this turn out well. So again, just, you know, recommendations you might have. Look at the magazine, look at other things that you think you might want to see added on here.
Right.
Because it's turned out really good. And this stain is really looking good. I mean, how's it going on?
It goes on easy. I had painted on, it looked like it was going to be pretty thick paint, but as it dries, it almost looks like there's not anything there. It's just the black wood now.
Yep, this is really cool. And one surprise, I don't know if I told you about already, so it may not be a surprise. We have new fenders coming in for it as well. We have the rounded, kind of more modern style fenders that'll be coming in, and these just bolt on and off. So cool. Don't know how easy they are going to be to put on because they look different. They look different. They look like overall the profile might be larger, so they may not work. But if they do, they'll look really good. If they don't, everything else will look really good. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, so the paint has been applied. Next, we are going to put ETrack down. We have 4 pieces of it, so I'm not sure if we want to lay it all down or just parts of it, but I feel like it's probably best to put it all down. Probably one here, one here, one here, and one there. Kind of separate them evenly. But what do you guys think? This thing is turning out really, really nice. I love that black coating. We're going to spray paint the rails right here as well. Get everything looking nice and new again. And those wheels and that black deck really make this thing stand out now. Absolutely beautiful setup. All right, moving along. Okay, so we're in the process of fastening the ETrack down. I asked Dave originally how he wanted it positioned. I gave some kind of best recommendations, but a lot of it has to do with how you're securing things. If you have a 0 turn and the tires are able to sit on wood so you can strap across, that's typically my best recommendation. And I think that he's gonna have plenty of clearance on each side of these 2 tracks to be able to strap tires down or be able to strap the equipment across. If you're gonna be hauling cars, stuff like that, then typically you want the tire to be on the ETrack so you can put a strap up and over the tire like that. But the way that he's setting it up here, I think it's going to work out really well, specifically for the equipment he has on here. And he has a ton of flexibility now. He can cross strap stuff. He can go across this way. He can go long ways. It's just a lot of flexibility he's going to have, and it's going to be really, really well secured. So a lot of screws going in. I already got my 2 sides done. I think he's just finishing up one side over there. A little slower, but that's okay. It's okay. But yeah, a lot of fasteners. But yeah, this is going to be one step. And then we may move on to the lights because the lights are in pretty rough shape. You can see we have pieces missing. The other side has the whole inner lens that's kind of fallen apart. We're going to upgrade and replace all those with brand new LED lights. It's coming along. Drop a comment below. All right, so Dave is still working on this side. It's actually 4 days later. He's been working on this continuously. I'm kidding. Now he's getting that final track of ETrack laid down. Final track of ETrack. Sounds like a mixtape. We have the cooler mount here. So instead of working on the taillights, I was like, let me do something simple. So we mounted the Igloo cooler mount. Okay, so we have a lot complete. I just wrapped up installing the new lights on here. I have these really cool new waterproof compression crimps that I use. You just put the wire in there, squeeze it shut, and you see all this goo come out, which is the sealant material. Those things are absolutely awesome. I use those on the backside. This one was not working properly once we got it connected. It would not use the turn signal nor the brake light. The parking light would work fine. So I use this product, which I've shown you guys before, which is my little Ranger Mutt. And this actually lets me test all of my lights off of a 12-volt motorcycle battery that's in here. And what was cool about this is the fact that I was able to plug it in, trace a break in the wire to right here. Yep, it was chafing against the inside portion. So we're going to cover this up because I don't like the way that is. And I actually have loom, so we can loom that up, zip tie it in place, and just protect that area a little bit more. Man, I love that eTrailer hitch. If you didn't see, the reason why we moved to this is because the Gen Y hitch stuck out so much further. The coupler was like right here that it was putting some tension on the chains that really shouldn't have been there. So instead we moved to the 6-inch drop version of the eTrailer hitch, 10,000 pound rated, 1,000 pounds worth of tongue weight, which is way overkill for this trailer. Oh, yeah. But yeah, we got everything connected here now. Lights are working perfectly. This lets you check your turn signals. If you have a 5, 6, or 7 pin as well for backup lights, your brake lights, your trailer lights, and just works really well. It has an adapter for a 4-way or a 4-pin harness, plus the 7-pin, or you can use the 5-pin or 6-pin with that plug right there. But we got it all working good now. We're gonna loom everything up. We're gonna cover that up and zip tie it in place. Lights are working beautifully. Again, eTrailer.com carries all of this stuff. Okay, so we are starting to wrap this project up. Dave is going around with some farm paint, Rust-Oleum, just covering up areas, making it look really nice. And you can use as much of that as you need to if you want to just hit the whole top rail. We got another can right there in case he needs to. Here are some additional accessories that he will have. An eTrailer soft bag. You guys have probably seen that before. eTrailer straps that work with the ETrack. That is super cool. So this is what he can use to strap stuff down. This is the old lights that we removed. That one was missing the connection completely, and one of the wires was actually broken in the back of it. And this one was missing the side light. We just cut these off, replaced them with some really, really nice LED lights that just bolted it directly in place. Super nice. Still got to add some loom back there and put some zip ties on it, but overall this thing is really coming along. I mean, it looks so much different than it looked when we first started this endeavor. He's been getting calls from his wife actually with his children saying, hey, can we look at the trailer? So I'm glad that there's excitement around this. There's nothing that feels better than when you help somebody and you see the excitement that it causes. It's just absolutely amazing. But we're gonna get this thing cleaned up. I think he's out of paint with that can. He's gonna swap the can over, and we are not done with this trailer. We have a couple big upgrades still to come. One of them is gonna be on the front of the trailer. It's gonna be absolutely awesome. But please drop a comment below. I'd love to know what you guys think. I'd love to know what you think of what the trailer looks like now. If I can find an old original picture of it, I'll send you that so you can see what it looked like before. But it looks entirely different. I mean, Dave, you got to tell me, like, how does this look compared to how it looked before?
It looks like a totally different trailer. It looks brand new.
It's awesome.
Totally different features. Way upgrade my workflow especially.
Anyways, guys, definitely take a moment, subscribe to the channel so you can see the next big upgrades that we're going to do to this trailer. And I guarantee you they're going to blow you away. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up. We'll talk to you again very, very soon.